Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through call return architecture guys. So in our previous both lectures, we discussed two different architectures. The first architecture we discussed is data driven architecture. After that, we discussed about data flow architecture. In this lecture, we will be going through call and return architecture guys. Guys, this is in terms of programming, we will be saying call and return, right? So I hope everyone knows what is the meaning of call and what is the meaning of return. So whenever you are calling a function, that is called as call. So you'll be calling a function in this way, right? So in most of the program like C, C++. So assume that the function name is function. So you're calling it in this way. So this is nothing but call. Return is nothing but insert function. Somewhere you'll be returning some value. Return X. So this is nothing but the return in terms of function, in terms of programming. Okay, so now let us go through the call and return architecture. Okay, so this architecture style enables a software designer to achieve a program structure that is relatively easy and easy to modify and to scale. So basically the concept of functions is that whenever you want to reuse the code, whenever you want to make an easy steps to understand the code, in that situations you will be using functions guys. So when you are using functions, your program structure will be really cool and it will be good for a new programmer or new developer to understand it. Also it will be a bit better. Okay, so any modifications and the coding scale can also be increased, like modifications and adding some new features or anything. Okay, so now the first thing that you should learn is nothing but about main program and subprogram architecture. Okay, the classic program structure decomposes the function into control hierarchy, where a main program invokes a number of program components, which in turn may be invoked more components. Okay, so basically the concept here is you will be having a single main function guys. Okay, so in the single main function, the first call will be going to a subprogram, the second call will be going to another subprogram, third call will be going to another subprogram. So basically in the main function only we are having these subprograms. Okay, so do you think that inside a subprogram or a function, can you write again a subprogram? Yes, we can write. So basically assume in this way, so this is your main. So in main I am calling a function, so this function is written here, and inside that function I again wrote subfunction. I'm calling the subfunction. So again this subfunction code is written somewhere. So in that way also it is possible. So this is just the architecture diagram guys. So the coding will be following this architecture. Okay, so remote procedure calls. Remote procedure calls architecture, the components of the main program slash subprogram architecture are distributed across multiple computers of the network. So basically we are also having a remote procedure call guys. I didn't find any diagram for that. Basically it is nothing but whenever this can remotely call some other function guys. So that is nothing but remote procedure call. Okay, so I'm also not having that much clarity about that. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea about call and return architecture. So you can just draw this diagram, and that will be an example for this call and return architecture guys. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea. So in the next lecture we'll be going through layered architecture. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you, thanks for watching.